Hello, it's Amberly from Amberly Vibes. I'm going to show you my inspiration for the Sunday smoothie and Sunday exercises. I do have a video that discusses my Sunday energy cards, and I'll leave the link tree at the bottom if you wanted to go in and see the different things I talk about, like the frequencies you could use, the shapes like the dodecahedron, crystals, and herbs, and affirmation. So these are just my rough draft cards. So I'm at the beginning stages of just pulling it all together. And let's go into my saved. I wanted to show you my inspiration is going to be, I really like this little bowl. I have a coconut that is already shaved like that. Now I have to saw it in half, so I'll do part of it on camera. I don't know how hard this is going to be, but I would love to save that wooden bowl and create something out of it. It's so beautiful. And because we're focusing on the sun energies, I wanted to pull in maybe like some peaches and mango instead of the turquoise. And maybe some pineapple. I think I have pineapple left. We'll see how it goes. And let's see. Also today, I'm going to fill up for gratitude. I'm going to make this little bead water jar, and also I'm going to make like a honey water for the hummingbirds. I have this beautiful big flower bush right outside, and it has hummingbirds, all sorts of beautiful animals, and this is the perfect way to give thanks back to our bees and our hummingbirds. I did buy hummingbird powder and they don't like it. They like my honey mixture. So that's something I could do like a vlog on how to make hummingbird water with honey. And for the bees, that one is more of a sugar water. And it makes me really sad because we have these big water fountains outside and a couple of pools. And I see the hummingbirds drinking the chlorine water. It makes me really sad. So I always have to pay attention to them, especially on Sunday, giving thanks to the earth and all the beings on it. And we'll go out of here. That's that inspiration. And I'm also I made a video here about my empath medicine bag. So I'm going to refill my yellow empath bag for the sun and put some more sun energies in there, possibly make a crystal elixir. I have not made a video on that yet. But for the crown chakra, I'm going to do a chamomile infused oil for a hair treatment, just to really bless my crown chakra and pay attention to it. And this is really neat because you can use it as a facial oil, a healing salve, massage oil, after sun oil, like diaper rashes, damaged hair, or sore muscles. So chamomile is actually connected to the sun energies, and it is anti-aging. That when I was researching that kind of confused me because I pictured it more of like a moon energy, a calming energy, but it is definitely connected to the sun. So if you wanted that recipe, you can go in here to my natural beauty board. And I'm also going to make a Rosemary Rinse. Rosemary is very protective, and that is really good to, it helps with hair growth, and it's good to keep away negative energies, and it has an energy of beauty, an energy of Venus. I know we're talking about the sun today, but I'm going to do this for my crown chakra, show it some self-love. And yep, I think I had an elixir there at the bottom if you wanted to see how to make that. But eventually I'll be making my own DIYs on all the things that I'm interested in. I just come in here to my Pinterest and get my ideas and then make my own. So today I'm going to do yoga. And I know I've talked before how I don't really like yoga because of my wrists, but there are alternatives. So Qigong is especially good for um, giving thanks and connecting to the elements. This one is a morning stretch. And these cards are really neat because if you scroll down here, they have all of the elements and to connect to wood, metal. There was one that had all of the 8 main poses down here. So you would just go and click on that card and it would take you to all of them if you just keep scrolling down. If you wanted to learn more about Qigong, it is a lot about prana energy and that Qi energy from the earth and how to connect and to get that energy flowing through your body. And so there are some of the yoga poses that I do like this anxiety and stress relief one. I'm probably going to do this whole routine. All of these movements are pretty easy and easy on the wrist. See, I'm more into the yoga flow because when I hold a pose for too long, I start to have muscle spasms and like shake uncontrollably with my clonus. This one's a good one, a beginner sequence. So if you're new to yoga, this would be a good card to come look at and try these different poses. So Sunday's a relaxing day for me, and since we worked out the whole week, it's a good day to really stretch and get that fascia release out of your tendons. And it's really important because that holds a lot of your emotion in your fascia. So, and I do have, like, this one is a release for toxic emotions. So this is a really good one for just a light stretch. And thinking about transmuting any negative energies as you're doing these stretches and sending them into the sun for transmutation is a good thing to do on Sunday. And so next week I think I'm gonna focus more on the detox drinks instead of the smoothies, and then I'm gonna actually show you some of these exercises. And I already talked about that. I think that's all I wanted to show you. Every time I say that, I come back in here. Let me just look one more time. Yeah, I did want to talk about, so I started the channel I talked about it yesterday, of sensory star seeds. I started that channel with my daughter, and we're going to start doing sensory activities for any kiddos that need sensory integration. And I wanted to show you, if anyone didn't know what a star seed is, if you look into Dolores Cannon, she talks about the 5D earth and the new energies of the earth. She is no longer with us on the earth plane, but she did back in the 80s and 90s. She let us know that there were going to be these waves of star seeds coming into the earth, and that there already has been the first wave, the indigo, and I am an indigo starseed. My daughter is more of a rainbow starseed. So there's 3 levels, and people call them different things, but it's really like the timing that they came into Earth. And if you wanted to look more into Dolores Cannon, she has books called The Convoluted Universe, and she has a lot of books that kind of explain the shifting of Earth and the shifting of the frequencies on the Earth. And here's a good quote from one of her books, Convoluted Universe. Yeah, this is her book 5. And she talked about how Earth is being sent energy to increase the light. The job of volunteers is to spread the light to help lift the vibration of our planet. So that's what a starseed is. They volunteered to come here to help shift the planet. And so most of us starseeds have more heightened sensory, whether it is, like, my daughter has a lot of telepathy. That's why she was nonverbal basically up until this year. and it's still kind of hard to understand her. But she definitely has telepathy. I have some stories I could talk about later when I get more into the whole starseed conversation. But mine's heightened with clairsentient. And the more you know about these things, the more you can use them to your advantage. So I just wanted to bring that up. And this is Dahlia in Sedona. So I took this picture. It's really grainy because I had to zoom it in. But this big light beam showed up in front of her. It looked like she was holding this ball of light. But I think it was just the reflection of, there was a full moon that night, and then the lights around us. It's just how, a lot of times when I take pictures of her, I capture these light beams around her all of the time. So that's the cover of her channel. If you wanted to sign up to her channel or subscribe, you can just click on that picture and it'll take you right there. And yeah, so I just saved a couple so far, and I will be talking a little bit more on her channel about it. The indigo children, the crystal children, and the new energies on Earth. And yesterday I did kind of talk a little bit about the Schumann resonance, and so scientifically we can prove and show how this is true, how we are becoming lighter. Our molecules are all vibrating a little bit faster, and that's why these children came into Earth with heightened sensory abilities. That's one of the reasons why, because their bodies are prepared for these new shifts on the Earth. Okay, so I'm going to go attempt my coconut smoothie. We'll see how it goes. See you in a little bit. Okay, dang it, I knew I was going to forget some stuff to talk about. So I forgot to show the Sunday bracelet. That's up on my Etsy. And this one is called Be Bright and Uplifted. The Crystal Healing Bracelet set has clear quartz, sunstone, citrine, and sandalwood. This uplifting combination of frequencies will help you to balance the energy flow of the crown chakra and raise your vibes. And these bracelets are all going to be revamped. I think I'm going to combine them into upper chakra, mid chakra, lower chakra. So the upper chakras will have some of this combination, along with, I'm going to use more brass beads for the upper chakras. And then it comes with the little symbol, the dodecahedron, and the little sun card. So these I like to hang on my jar before I do any kind of blessing with the water. And I talked about how important that is in my Dr. Emoto video. And one more thing I was going to say. I did have a lot of downloads with this lunar eclipse, and I'm still trying to process them. So I'll probably next week sometime, we have a solar eclipse coming up, so I was kind of waiting until then so I could process these downloads and talk about them more on my channel. It's really hard for me to explain because they come in my third eye as like a hologram picture, and so I'm not really clairaudient, but I'm more definitely clairsentient and a little clairvoyant. I get little snapshots of things, and so I'm trying to learn how to use my throat chakra more to talk about them. But also today is Sunday, and so I have to add to my gratitude jar, and I made a video on how to make this gratitude jar here. And so I had to upgrade it into a bigger jar because I keep adding things to it, but these are just collections that I gathered together from the forest the day I made it, and I like to continue to add energy into the jar to keep so that the energy isn't stagnant, and also when you write things down, it puts it more into this material world by writing it. So pulling it down in and grounding it in, like using a jar and putting your energy into that jar, is very powerful. So that's why I do a gratitude jar. So I'm going to add a little message. You can put an affirmation in there, anything you're thankful for, every Sunday keep adding it in. And I think that's all I was gonna say now. Okay, now to the smoothie. Okay, so this takes a lot of patience, but what I did was I got a saw and I just started sawing in a straight line. I have a little ways to go. Because the grain is going up and down, it's hard to go back and forth, so I just keep going back. But I am a stubborn being and I am going to get this cut and we're going to make it into a bowl. I did drain a lot, this much coconut. No, it looks yellow, but the cup is yellow. And so what I did is I sliced it all around, made a little line, and then I just plopped it on top of the cup and let it drain out. So now I'm going to go saw away, and then I'll show you the ingredients for the smoothie. Okay, so I'm going to add a half a cup of peaches, a half a cup of mango, and 1 frozen banana. I got my coconut sawed in half. It took some work, but we're going to use it as a bowl, and I'm going to use some of the juice. So just a tablespoon of the coconut water. I don't want it too runny, and then I'll save the coconut water for later. I always add my, well, when I remember, because I do this all intuitively, so like a teaspoon of Soleil water, that's pink Himalayan sea salt water for the minerals, and we're going to do local honey, so like a teaspoon of honey. And of course, coconut milk, because it's a coconut bowl. I'll do a half a cup. That's a half. And then I'm going to blend it up and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so this probably looks kind of weird, but I wanted to make it look like the sun. And this is by far my favorite smoothie I've made so far. It is so good. It's starting to melt. It's really hard to do artwork on food, I'm coming to realize. But I thought it'd be cute if I put like a little hinge on here and make this into like a little, I don't know, I'm weird. One time when I was little, we didn't eat fish a lot, and we went to a fish restaurant, and I ate a crab. I don't think I realized what it was, and then after I ate the crab, I saved the shell and took it home so I could bury it. And anyway, my whole room ended up with ants everywhere, and my mom got so mad at me. But yeah, I'm weird with stuff like that. So if you didn't check out my empath medicine bag yet, I'll leave the link tree so you can find my other videos. And I went ahead and blessed my gratitude jar and put in my blessing for the day of gratitude. And so that's it. And then tomorrow, I'm so nervous, I'm gonna start my showing you exercises on camera. So I'll see you then. Bye bye. Happy Sunday.